and coordination. Unicellular organisms have simple organization of their life processes. However, the multicellular organisms require both organs and organ system to control their life process and coordination between various systems to maintain homeostasis of the organisms. In plants, control and coordination is done by sending chemical signals and bring about various types of movement. That is, for example, phototropic, chemotropic, and uh, thigmotropic. In higher animals, the control and coordination by given electric and chemical signals. In sponges, as well as by endocrine and chemical control. In sponges, that is Porifera, the nervous system is lacking, nervous system is absent. However, it brings about the effective working of body by division of labor of cells. In Hydra, the nervous system, it is a diffused nervous system, and sensory cells are scattered in the body and tentacles. The nervous system, it do not having the polarity, and the nervous system is diffused type. The nerve cells are entire connected. It consists, there are two types of the sensory. It consists sensory cells and the nervous cells or the neuron along with fiber. The nerve cells scattered and diffused throughout the body and interconnected to each other by a synapse between the fiber to form a nerve net. The nerve net in a mesoglia. Two nerve nets both in mesoglia. Here the two nerve nets are present in that mesoglia. One connected towards the epidermis, one connected towards that epidermis, and the other connected to the gastrodermis. The sensory cells scattered in the body wall and the tentacle. Sensory cells are scattered in the body wall and tentacle. But here the sense organs are absent. That is the lacking of sense organ. The neurons have fiber but no sensory and the motor nerves. So the activation of sensory cells can happen at a point and forms a point impulse and carry throughout the body. Thus shows the movement of body and the tentacles. So the central nervous system is diffused and shows the network like structure. They are connected to each other, and at a point here the impulses starts and they shows the movement. In planaria, this is the planaria, here the planaria, the central nervous system is the ventral side, is at a ventral side, having a inverted U-shaped brain in the head. It consists, the central nervous system consists a mass of cerebral and cephalic ganglions, mass of cerebral and cephalic ganglion. The 9 branches arises from ganglion outwardly directed. Here the 9 branches, they are arises from each ganglion. Two ventral nerve cords are present. These two are the nerve cords. They are at a ventral side and transverse nerves between the nerve cord. The transverse nerves are present between the nerve cord and forms a ladder-like manner, a ladder-like structure. The peripheral nervous plexus arising from laterally, and PNS, that is peripheral nervous system, includes sensory cells and arranged in a lateral side. The eyes are present on a dorsal side of brain. The evolution of central nervous system. Electrically, the signaling cells evolved from, that is, entire system is evolved from electrically signaling cells, diffused nervous system converted into the central nervous system. The complex nervous system transmits the signal from organ to organ. Expansion of brain. Expansion in size and function of brain is the evolutionary criteria. The centralization of various sense organs. The coordinating internal environment with external environment, and evolution of complex networking system. These are the evolutionary changes in the neural system. The neural tissue, there are two types of that neural tissue. It consists two types of the cells, neurons and neuroglia, or it is called the glial cells. The nerves are the bundle of axon. The nerves are nothing but the bundle of axon outside the central nervous system, and inside the central nervous system it is called the tract. The nerves may be the sensory, motor or mixed type. So the control of coordination takes place through the receptors, that is the sensory organs receives the signals and it transmits toward the central nervous system. Processing takes place and it gives the response and to that motor cell. So first of all, we should know the structure of multipolar neurons. So this is the multipolar neurons. Here the cyton, there are the three different structure, cyton, or it is called the body. Then here the dendrons and axons. So the cyton, dendron and axon. Cyton has a distinct central nucleus with nucleolus. Central nucleus with nucleolus, or neuroplasm. This is called the neuroplasm. Then the neuroplasm or the cytoplasm, it contains neurofibrils. The fiber-like structure is called the neurofibrils. Neurofibrils transmission of nerve impulses. Neurofibrils, it transmit the nerve impulses, and then the nasal granules, triangular nasal granules are present. These are the triangular nasal granules. The triangular nasal granules, they are made up of a riboprotein component. They are made up of riboprotein component, and the cell organelles are also present. So the nasal granule, triangular nasal granule, is the indication of the presence of the neurons. Only the tissue, the nervous tissue, which contain the nasal granules, and it contains the riboprotein component, and it is useful for the synthesis of enzymes for the neurotransmitters. Then the dendron, here the dendron, the small conical process arising from the cyton is called the dendron. These are the dendron. And they are highly branched. They are highly branched into fine dendrites. At the base of dendron, the nasal granules and the neurofibrils are present. At the base of dendron, here the nasal granule and neurofibrils are present. Then here the axon, it is a long extension, a single long unbranched extension or the process arising from that cyton is called the axon follicles. It consists a bundle of neurofibrils. Nasal granules are absent. At a terminal end of axon, telodendrons are present. These are the telodendrons, and they are collateral. The lateral branches of axon is called the collateral. The terminal branches of axon to a muscle gland is called the telodendron. Then the synapse means here the interconnection between two neuron or neuron with motor organ is called the synapse. They may be the exodendronic. Exodendronic means here the axon, the connection or the gap between the axon and the dendron of other neuron. Suppose this is the one neuron, this is the another neuron, this is the third neuron, and here is the fourth neuron, this is the fourth neuron. The exodendronic synapse means the synapse, that is the interconnection between the axon. This is the axon of one neuron, and these are the dendron of another neuron. So the interconnection between axon and dendron of other neuron is called the exodendronic. Dendrodendronic means the interconnection or the gap between the dendron of one neuron and the dendron of other neuron is called the dendrodendronic. Exosomatic. Exosomatic means the axon, this is the interconnection or the gap between the axon and soma. Soma means the body of neuron, and the body of neuron is called the exosomatic. And exoaxonic. Exoaxonic means here the axon, the interconnection between the axon and the axon is called the exoaxonic synapse. So these are the different types of the synapse: exodendronic, dendrodendronic, exosomatic, and exoaxonic. The medullated and non-medullated neuron means when the myelin sheath is present on that neuron, then it is called the medullated. And when myelin sheath is absent on that neuron, then it is called the non-medullated. So the medullated neurons are 50 times faster than that of a non-medullated. Then the endodermis, here the endoneurium. Endoneurium means the connective tissue. This is the nerves. These are the nerve. Around that nerve, here a connective tissue is present. It connective tissue covering around that nerve is called the endoneurium. Perineurium means here the few nerve fascicles are present, fasciculi with endoneurium. Here these are the endoneurium, and around that endoneurium a connective tissue is present. This connective tissue is called the perineurium. So the connective tissue around that nerve is called the endoneurium. Connective tissue around that endoneurium, that is the number of endoneurium or the group of endoneurium is called the fasciculi. So the around that fasciculi a group is the connective tissue is present is called the perineurium. And epineurium means here a large bundle of nerve is covered on outer side of, this is called the epineurium. Okay, do you understand that? What is the meaning of epineurium, perineurium, and endoneurium? Endoneurium means connective tissue around the nerve is called the endoneurium. Perineurium means the connective tissue around endoneurium is called the perineurium. And around that perineurium a covering is present. Number of perineuriums are present here, and around that number of perineurium a connective tissue is present is called the epineurium. So look at here, these are the axon. Here the myelin sheath is present around that axon. This is the endoneurium, that is the connective tissue around the axon is called the endoneurium. The connective tissue around that number of endoneurium is called the group of endoneurium is called the perineurium, and group of perineurium, around that group of perineurium a connective tissue or the covering which is present is called the epineurium. Okay, and this is the fasciculi. Do you understand that? So we will